Welcome to the fourth session of NX CAM. Here in this particular session we are going to see a planar mill operation. Planar mill operation can be used if you are having model with you, then also you can use. Otherwise, if you want to make outer program of a mold or any component, that you can use. And also some people will call this as 2D manufacturing, or by using the curves you can create an operation. So here we have a model like this. We have to machine the component like this, and we have to create up to this shape without using a model. By using curves only, we have to make this particular one. Sometimes you may not get a model to generate operation. You may get AutoCAD DXF or DWG, or sometime you may create sketch in this particular NX itself. Then you go for creating a component. Now I am moving from modeling to the application manufacturing. Then go for this application and press manufacturing. Here I will take nail planar as my setup, as I am doing 2.5 axis machining here. After that I am keeping my MCS as it is at the center. So I am not manipulating MCS, so it is okay to me. Then workpiece, I don't have any workpiece with me, so no need to specify workpiece or a blank. If you would like to know how exactly it is generating, to cross check you can give a raw material as solid block. To have that one, I am moving again to the modeling, and I will do extrude of this outer boundary. Here I can make this from 0 to 80, whatever the depth you have, that you have to specify. You can specify blank. If you are not having model also, you can specify blank as raw material, so that you can cross check how exactly it is manufactured. So I am editing this workpiece. Here I am selecting only blank. After the selection of the blank, you can go to this part navigator again, turn off that particular component. So in workpiece we don't have anything, so we have specified the blank raw material. The component which I shown here earlier, we want to machine that particular raw material, and we have to make this particular shape. Why I have created this particular shape? To show you how exactly it looks, because by looking at this 2D drawing one cannot understand how exactly you can do. If you are having drawing of a front view, side view, isometric view, then you will come to know. So this is our raw material, and this is our end result. So by using this sketch we have to do that shape. So first you have to right click on the workpiece, go for create operation, take a cutter. Here we need to select particular planar mill operation. This is one best operation in entire mill planar, which is mostly used. And go for creation of cutter, or else if you want to use library one, then go for retrieve tool from library and selecting milling. I will take this time 16 as my cutter, otherwise I will take this particular this one I will take. So initially we want to do facing, so you may take bigger cutter for facing. 10 mm we have to do facing. So actually I would like to take 50 mm end mill. 50 mm end mill. Now I want to machine entire region, so I have to select a part boundary. Here it works on like a 2D. If I select a existing face also, then also it will select extreme edges and it will consider here. Now we are not having any model with us. We are having, but it is for reference. But actually in actual practice, if we are not having any part model, then you can consider this selection method. Instead of face, you have to take curves, go for connected curve. If you keep single curve means every time you have to select like this. If you want to select within a single click, then you have to use the selection filter and change this selection filter from single curves to connected curve. Select this, say OK. As our boundary type is closed one, tool side outside means whatever the operation if I generate, that will be generated outside this boundary, but we want inside, so I am changing this tool side to inside. You may observe this particular pointer, it will highlight you in which direction it is generating. So now it is inward, it is OK to me. After that, you have to specify part stock if you want to leave some material behind. So I won't keep any part stock here, and I will specify the floor. Floor means if I generate operation here, that time it will not generate because there is no limit. So endless paths will be considered. So that's why you have to give limit up to which you want to go further. Here, to give specific limit, there is an option specify floor. You click on that specify floor, and here change this method from inferred to at a distance. From this particular datum, I want to machine 10 mm. So you may observe when in front view it is showing in upward direction, but we want in downward direction. Either you can give -10 or you can flip direction by clicking this reverse direction option. So it is coming downward. It is correct. OK. Then say OK. Then say generate. Once you generate and see how exactly it is generating. Now it is removing in a single pass of 10 mm material. It's not feasible. So we have to give depth per cut. So depth per cut you have to give here in a common cut depth constant 0.5 if I give. So every time it is removing 0.5 material. You may see you can keep a final floor stock, you can keep check stock, trim stock, incremental stock. If you give incremental stock, it will come in V shape everywhere. So if I give 1 mm or 5 mm, you may observe for every pass it is coming like tapered one. 5 mm is very big, so if I give 1 mm, for each and every pass there is a 1 mm stock, incremental stock. For the first pass it is 1 mm, for the second pass it is 2 mm, third pass it is 4 mm, 1 mm, 1 mm increasing like this. So you should not give this one, keep it 0, then generate again. So it is OK. If you verify, go for 3D dynamic. When you play this one, you may observe there is in the corner there is material is left behind, that we have to remove. Otherwise what happens, again we have to generate operation for separately that one. It should not happen. Because of that, to show you, I have added blank in a workpiece. If at all, if it is not there, then initially as a beginner you cannot predict wherever the material is leaving behind. So now by validating you will come to know there is a material. So to avoid that one, you have to go to the specify boundary again, go to this select or edit part boundary. When you see here in a members, it is showing Tanto. Tanto is nothing but my tool will be tangential to the selected curve. If I make on, then the cutter center will lie on this particular boundary. So I can make it on. You can press shift to select multiple at a time, and you can give one. Otherwise you have to give one single each and every time, on every time. So press first member and go for second last member by pressing shift. It will select all, then go for changing the tool position. Now I made on to all members. You have to regenerate again, verify again. Now you may observe there is no material left behind. So it is correct method. So next is we have to machine or leave this particular portion for a next cutting up to 50 mm. So we have done up to 10 mm. Now we want to go for 50 mm by leaving this particular boundary. So now this is like a facing which is done. So next is I have to consider this particular boundary for machining to make this structure. If you want, you can measure the depth by using this analyze option. Click on analyze, go for measure, select this particular point and select this particular point. So you may observe from top to here it is 50. Already we have removed 10 mm material. So we have to remove from this particular datum to this particular face is 50 mm. As we have done facing, we have already removed 10 mm. You may copy this existing operation if you are using the same type of cutter and everything, then copy, paste you can do. Now in this second operation, we have to consider this part boundary. Again, I am going into the specify part boundary. You should not select already you have selected one. Consecutively you should not select other loop. You have to click on add new set. If you are selecting one more loop, add new set. Also the second one is also curve, so I am selecting curve, connected curve, and I am selecting this particular one. Here in model I will turn off this, so there is no use of that one. Selected this. So tool side should not be inside, this time it should be outside, so make it outside. This time it has to be Tanto. Otherwise what happens, if you keep on, then whatever the diameter of the cutter, half of it will get overcut here and it will overcut here. So this time Tanto is okay for this one. If you keep on, then the size will be reduced, it will get overcut again. When you see here, it has automatically generated because in newer version I can keep auto generate option. Auto generate option in 2306 version. In older version you are not having this automatic generate. The latest version is having this capability. So it has generated this region. Already we have removed this 10 mm. So I want to remove material from below 10 mm to up to 50 mm. So in floor I have to specify up to maximum distance 50. Already we have removed 10, but the final distance is 50. That we have to specify. Here you can see it has generated for 50 mm, but already 10 mm we removed. Once again you give from initial, then there will be air movement. To avoid that one, we have to give depth cut depth instead of constant. We have to give user defined. User defined means you have to define. From top side already 10 mm we have removed, so you have to specify 10 mm You may observe here from it's leaving the 10 mm and restarting. Now it is okay. Otherwise, if you keep that as it is constant, then again it will start from 0 itself. Then there is a unnecessary movement for 10 mm. So when you select here, it is going up to, I am increasing animation speed up to 50 mm depth from the origin. Next, only that particular circular slot is left behind, that we have to machine up to the depth. So this has happened. Now only that slot is left. So again, if you want, you can copy this, paste. I want to change my cutter. Go to this create new. You should not modify this one. Okay, already we have taken this particular cutter. If you want to go here in direct, if you change here value, then ultimately it will affect the other two operations which you have generated. So always keep in a mind, whenever you are creating a new operation by copy and paste, at that moment you should not edit the existing cutter. If you want to modify, then if you are willing to modify that one, then you can modify, but it will affect the other two operations which you already generated. So now I want to take different cutter. So at that moment I will go for create new instead of editing the existing cutter. I will take end mill with the diameter of 16 and nose radius as R5. Otherwise I won't give any nose radius, I will take directly R0. End mill 16. Here I will take 16. No, this specify part boundary I have to remove this I have to remove, and again this also I have to remove. I have to consider this time only this particular circular section, and my tool side will be inside, correct? And my floor will be whatever the depth, if it is having, let's take 80 mm up to 80 mm I want to go. You may see here it is generating from 10 mm because we have mentioned in this particular earlier is from top is 10. Already we have removed 50 mm, so change it to 50. So whatever remaining, that it will generate and it will remove the remaining portion. You may observe now in 3D dynamic, folder I am not given, only a cutter I have given. So it is asking feed and speed you have to give. That message it is coming. So can you see, like this you have to generate operation by using curve.